our this afternoon MAO. Now we're going to cover forex. Cover cryptocurrency first. Then after that, we'll go into the other market. A quick one. Let's start now. Okay, shall we? Okay, so we have started, right, guys? Today is the 22nd of April, Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. We're going to do this cryptocurrency market first, the analysis, and then after that, we do a quick market overview of today's market in today's general market view. All right. Okay, so same thing, guys. Disclaimer as usual. I want you to ensure that you understand that anything here I share could lead to potential gains and also potential losses. So I'm not. I would like you to understand the disclaimer here and accept the above and identify me. All right. So I'll let you have 5 seconds. If you're staying on, that means that you identified me. All right. I'll count to 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Continue that. All right, so this is a very interesting cartoon that I found for you guys. And this is like, when Bitcoin was at the very, very beginning, maybe like 2011, when someone introduced Bitcoin to use like less than 10 cents. And at the time itself, right, a lot of people say this is just only a bubble, right? Remember that? Then after that, later on, as time goes by, for crypto, this Bitcoin slowly go from 10 cents to $1 to $10 to even $100 and eventually $1,000, right? That means that it went up by almost 10 to 100 times. Then, of course, back then again, people tell you that this is definitely a bubble, definitely is a bubble. And what happened? From 1,000, it goes all the way up to as high as almost 20,000 at one stage. Remember that. And that is whereby, okay, Bitcoin basically collapsed all the way down to 3,000 level. And of course, a lot of people were just gloating over it and say that, see, it was a bubble. But this bubble didn't burst. It actually went from 20,000, dropped all the way to 3,000. And then from 3,000, it started to find its base and started to go back up again. And now we have is $60,000 over dollars. So think about this, guys. If just a couple of years ago, when you saw Bitcoin at 3,500, and you would just basically invest, let's say, very simple, let's say $10,000. So you could have bought about 3 Bitcoin, all right? So now how much the value of it that you have now? So use $10,000, okay? You hold it there for 3 Bitcoin. And today now, let's say it's Bitcoin 60,000 example, you have made 180,000 US dollars. That means that you put 10,000 in, you make about 170,000 on profit. And that's only less than, what, 5 years? So the point is this, guys. The thing is, people now is calling this a bubble. And they are saying that this is going to be a big bubble. And then what happened? Now, when the thing comes, this is a very interesting picture, is whereby later on, shall there be any financial calamity or anything else is all right? Who knows? This one is still going to grow, right? There is a possibility. Now, later on during this MAO, I will share with you why some people are saying that this is going to go much, much higher, all right? Much, much higher. So whether is this a bubble or not, it's really up to individual, your perception, your view, because end of the day is people who bought it way long time ago will tell you no bubble. People who haven't bought it yet, right, will tell you it's a bubble. That's always a fact. So let us see why is this going to be a bubble or when this bubble going to break, on which this bubble, how big can it grow? Right, for all my students, do note from next Monday onwards, Monday and Wednesday, you can come to the office and you will help you to set up your cryptocurrency account, all right, with Binance and stuff like that, all right? So if you want to learn more how to make a passive income, just come down to the office, right? Only for students, only for Trade with the Boy students, you need to contact Susan to make registration, all right? If there's no one coming, we'll inform you and we close the office early, all right? So that's why you need to inform us that you're coming and we will wait for you, okay? Now, this is the first thing that why I want to bring this up to you. You can see this is a gold and Bitcoin co-relationship. Now, apparently itself, right, someone actually take the extra step to put gold and Bitcoin side by side. And what happened? Let's take a look what happened. You can see that, right, in 2019 early, all right, what you saw was that gold price and Bitcoin has inverse relationship, okay, whereby gold came down and Bitcoin went up, right? Remember that? So it was the same thing happened in 2017 and also happened in late 2015. So the question is this, now you see that there's a common point around here. There is a common point around this area. All right, can you see that? And if let's say things would really behave in this manner, are you saying that, right, we're going to see gold price going up and Bitcoin coming down? All right, what do you think, guys? What do you think? For those who are online now, what do you think? Do you think that now, is it really happening that gold price, all right, is actually going up and Bitcoin is actually going down? What do you think, guys, in your opinion? Is that actually true? What you're seeing now is really happening, that really gold prices is really going up, in your opinion? Yes, indeed, right. If you're saying that now that you realize that the Bitcoin is coming down and gold price is going up, right? If you're seeing right now, right, it's not wrong. And that is whereby, that's why chart pattern do give you a little bit insight. But if you tell me that, right, this is how it really works, right, then I would like you to ask this next question then. Okay, take a look, guys. This is our trade with the boy system. Okay, putting this Bitcoin and this gold side by side. Now we use the same point here, which is January the 9th. You notice that, right? From January 9th onwards, right? Indeed, you do see Bitcoin going up all the way until the mid of April. And if you notice this, the way the gold came down, right? It really seemed to perform in a certain manner like what you're seeing right now. Okay. But the thing is this, if you look carefully, right? From this point of view, when Bitcoin was going up towards the January in 2021, you also realize that gold also went up. Can you see that? So it doesn't really means that what you are seeing now, because now you see that gold is going up, right? You felt that, right, because and Bitcoin is coming down, you would think that, oh, actually the gold and Bitcoin is inversely related. Because if you think that way itself, right, then the question is, can you answer me over here? Why did the gold went up together with the Bitcoin at the same period? So that's why in come to trading, I will seriously advise friends of mine just to take note of this. It's very easy for people to just show you one part of the story, but then again, if you actually do some research, right, some part doesn't really make sense. Now, if you want to ask me what will be the better way to see this market here, you look at the KSI at the bottom, you will notice that the KSI has flipped color between the both market. The Bitcoin KSI is red in color right now, and the gold KSI is green in color. So it's more towards like the boys have basically switched camp and go and buy something probably is cheaper in this opinion. Because at the moment now for Bitcoin, right, at 55,000, all right, if you look at it, upside wise itself, right, maybe 64,000, that is the high recently. But for gold itself, right, the gold is at 1790 right now. The high of gold is 2074. So in terms of upside, right, if you notice this, the upside for this Bitcoin is probably another 10, about 9%, another 18%. All right, upside 18%. But for this gold, right, the upside itself, right, is actually about this 10 to 15% too. So in a way, between them itself, right, it does seem that Bitcoin is a better deal. But you must understand Bitcoin, this asset itself, right, versus the intrinsic value, gold has proven itself to be the inflation tool. Bitcoin is just a new asset in. So traders overall itself, right, kindly do not think that Bitcoin and gold, they are actually inversely related, all right? Because if not later on, if the both of them are running up at the same time, right, then you will be actually caught with this. Okay, clear? All right, if everybody clear with this, right, I can key number 1 right now so that I can see that you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Because I'm always a trader who like you see the whole picture properly. Because in fact, that's why many people have been telling me, Cal, regarding about this relationship. And I say that not really. You have to see the whole picture. All right, you just cannot, think that way and think that it is because now Bitcoin is coming down and gold is, going up. So they are inversely related. So please make sure when you read whatever online, do yourself a favor, do make your own research first. Okay. All right, so that is the fun part of it to share with you. But you can see that we are still having a reasonable uptrend for Bitcoin. And we do see a double bottom now for gold. So it seems to be right, both of them could be actually going up at the same time. Okay. Now, this particular hedge fund, right, Guggenheim, all right, they are saying that, right, Guggenheim, all right, Guggenheim, yeah, all right, Scott Miller, he's saying that, right, Bitcoin could plunge 50% near term because things are getting a bit frothy. All right, now this one you must understand what he's trying to say before you jump on it. Right, basically he's saying that, right, okay, he do see a major correction for cryptocurrency, especially for Bitcoin. He says that, right, Bitcoin could go back down to 20,000 to 30,000. Okay, that is what he says. But he's really bullish, and he said that he do see Bitcoin eventually rising to 400,000 to even 600,000. Wow, that is a very big difference, right? So all I can say is this, guys. In my opinion, when it comes to this sort of financial people, right, if they can really forecast something like this, like 20 times, 10 times, then they should really put all their money into the market and then become a super multi-billionaire. Now, I'm not saying that he's not, but I'm just telling you that sometimes it's very easy to forecast and predict, but it's very hard for you to put and trust what you say. So what he's saying that, because you must understand, he did call for buying on Bitcoin long time ago because of the scarcity. So back then itself, right, Bitcoin, the total volume or total, asset of the total volume of this only 21 million. So I did share with some people this. I said, look, there are thousands of millionaires in the world, thousands, okay? Right, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin. So the question comes here is that, right, if all these rich people start to buy one Bitcoin, right, 21 million millionaires, you already get, you can actually get this Bitcoin individually. So the question comes here is, right, of course, some people bought more than one. So if you're talking about in terms of demand and supply, right, the demand is definitely much greater than the supply that's available. And of course, if the price keep on escalating higher, right, it will just make this thing even higher. So basically, he's saying that, right, this is why he feels that the Bitcoin will eventually go up. But of course, he just feels that, right, even nowadays, because so many people are buying into Bitcoin, he felt that, right, there could be a bubble coming up. But of course, we also shared yesterday that this Bill Miller, he says that no, he said that Bitcoin will still continue to rise. So there's two sides of the coin in the market. All right. So how many of you are bullish in Bitcoin right now? How many of you are bullish in the Bitcoin right now? If you're bullish, please key the word bullish. If you're bearish, key the word bearish. Okay, Michael, you are bearish at the moment. Okay, how about the rest? Short-term bearish. Peter Leong, bearish. Brian, bearish. Okay, how about the rest? I have 48 of you guys online now, or 47 now. Okay, so Eugene also bear. Okay, so let's see why is that so in your opinion? Okay, short-term bearish. Vivek, you are actually bullish. Okay, cool. All right, now this is my personal chart on how I view Bitcoin on my own perspective, my own perception. Okay, Jasmine, you are bearish. Kevin, you are bear. Okay, Jimmy, you're bearish. Allison too. Jason too. Okay. First of all, let me explain to you guys how I see this chart. Okay, now in my PTP, we teach something called one time one. One time one is only we usually apply it when the market suddenly go in a very big explosive movement. Okay, Lysing, you are bearish. Okay, so what I did was very simple. I take the opening price of here and the closing price of here, and then I get the range. Now this range itself, right, I realize that it's very useful to use. I call it one time one, meaning if the market goes up, the market will go as much as one time of this entire range. But if the market goes down instead, then the market will go down one time of the range. So using this simple analogy, all right, and I've been using this quite often and the accuracy is pretty accurate, I realized that, right, there is a possibility for the Bitcoin to come down to 51,421 precisely, all right? Which means that, right, there's a chance that Bitcoin may come down towards this point, 51,421, before we see a base. Because at the moment now, the KSI indicator is red in color. At the moment now, there are blue bars at the bottom. So this tells you that the market is pretty bearish for time being. And I can tell you this, there's two things to look at for, is that if the market do come down to this point itself, right? All right, usually after the market hit one time one, and if there's no more other factor, normally there will be a rebound. I repeat, normally after the market hit the one time one spot, all right, the market will rebound. So traders, you can actually take notice of this particular price, 51,421 to be the level to watch out for. And do note, right, for those my students, you also notice there's a KCB at 51,830. So that means that we are very near to a stack here. Hence, therefore, right, I strongly believe 51,500 area will be the first base that the Bitcoin will get some support. Okay, there'll be some support around this price. Okay. All right, that is the first thing that I want to share with you. Now, yesterday, some of you are very excited when I share with you the 5% rule. All right, let me just show to you right now. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold a minute. Oh, here we go. Okay, can you see this? This is the 5% rule. All right, now on your screen right now, you can see that every time when Bitcoin hits a high level, when it pulls back, you can see that when it pulls back, when it hit a new all-time high, when it pulls back, right, to 80% level, right, usually that is the first base. Cool, right? Now, recently it hit a new high again. It pulls back down. We have another support, and that one is very nice at 85%. So now this time around on last week, we saw that the Bitcoin hit the all-time high and it come back down, right? And again at the 80% mark is that's where it stops. So the thing is this, if you look at it carefully right now and you put the level in, you will notice a very interesting relationship here. Is that the 80% mark right now, right, is about 51,700 level. So which means that, right, it's very near to what I just said, the so-called support. The support that I just mentioned, all right? So 740, let's put it simple, right? Okay, make it simple. I'll make it easier, a better number for you to remember, 750, okay? So which means that, right, if Bitcoin do come back down, right, and touches this point here, there is a possibility that it will stage a rebound and even go to a new all-time high. Now, based on what we see in the last few waves when this happened. And you can also notice that, right, shall the market really cross, all right, a technical point, it will go to the next technical point rather easily. So you can see that now straight away, I will know that all the technical point that I think Bitcoin will be going if it actually start to maintain itself. So the only thing the concern is this coming Sunday, because there is an ongoing rumor saying that, right, okay, last Sunday was just only a start and there'll be more things coming out on this coming Sunday. And because it's a weekend, no, normally a weekend we do see Bitcoin going up, but this time around, the last Sunday, it has spoke the pattern and some traders getting a bit worried. So all I'll tell you is that if you are worried for this, you may want to close your position on Friday and re-establish on Monday. But if you're keeping this for long term, then there's nothing to worry about. Unless you're on margins, then if there's any shakeout again, right, like what happened last Sunday, then of course you may get hit. All right, so this is my personal take itself. I still believe that we will see 51,500 level. You may want to take note of that. Okay, so get a cool idea on this. All right, if you got it, can you keyword got it? That means that you got what I meant, G-O-T. Right, space IT. All right, if you got what I meant, then maybe you should just focus at about 51,500 to 51,700 area and look out for buy signal. All right, buy signal. Okay, good. I see most of you have got the idea now. Pretty cool. That's good. Now, what if we look at the another one, which is the crypto? The other crypto will be the Ethereum, right? Here we go. Now you see Ethereum, very powerful. You see that? That is what I meant. It's the Ethereum. Wow, look at it. Ethereum basically came down all the way, as we saw on Sunday, Then after that, right, once it stabilizes at 80%, see what it does is very clear. Once it starts to go up, right, the first figure is 85. Then it stays and firm. The next figure went to was 80, 90. Then after that, now 95. So it's very, very soon that this Ethereum will definitely cross a new all-time high later. There's a very good chance that Ethereum will cross new all-time high. All right, it's going to be there. So it did. There is some buying more. The buying is even stronger than Bitcoin because there's some worry on Bitcoin. But Ethereum itself is used for other purposes. So that's why now the market is shifting its focus to buy something that's smaller, cheaper, and potentially higher return. So that's why now there is a change of direction to buy Ethereum instead. Okay, so traders just kindly take note of that. This is a lot of speculation, but you can see that it really works. So you can see that every time we hit all-time high, the market just know what to do with it. All right, so that is the Ethereum on this picture, unless there's some US bodies again to tell you that Ethereum is no longer good itself, then of course the whole thing will change. All right, so let's start taking note of these numbers. All right, so yesterday we have Bitcoin traded, okay, on our site. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, okay, but 2 of these trades itself, right, we only make $300, and then after that the market pulled back and we will stop out for the trailing stop. So what happened is that, but you look at it, how do we use it? Just wait for the KCX from blue to green, then wait for the color to change over from red to yellow. That's what you buy, and it works the same way. Now that means that over here it turns green first, right? You waited for a while, you waited for almost a half an hour, then the price turns from red to yellow, and that's where you go in to buy. And the same thing happened. All right, so you can see our indicator is always early, giving you ample notice, and most important, right, we are able to buy near to the turning point of each cycle. Now that is the main thing. I'm very sure that not many trading platforms can tell you achieve such buying method so simply. All right, and of course yesterday this is our trading record. We make money, we lost because we put trailing stop, we got hit, but of course this is we put at was when we were trailing stop itself, right? We don't really, put that close by. Our per risk per trade is about $200. So we have some losses in between these 2 trades here. But after that, when the markets really give us more than $300, we begin to make back the money. And that's why overall itself, right, for that day of trading using a margin of about $6,000, we actually made about $164. So $164, right, divide by 6,000. Well, in terms of the percentage itself, it's not too bad. It's about 2% growth, in the single day. Not too bad, right? Yeah, that's why we are pretty confident that in the long haul, our this Bitcoin trading, right, will get better and better and better. Okay, so if you're interested to do Bitcoin trading, right, please come on board. You will really love doing this. All right, this is all pure technical, and every trade we have here is got TP, we've got stop loss on every single trade. All right, so let me just bring you the technical part of Bitcoin. I show you what it's going to look at on the 5% level. And now we just look at the today's market, shall we? Okay, so today for Bitcoin, we don't have any pivot here, pivot 1 and pivot 2, and the market already stays above it. So today, as long as Bitcoin can stay above opening price, we should see Bitcoin trading higher. That is what I'm seeing right now. Now you notice that the tail at the bottom are very, very long. So that means that there's a lot of buying interest at the time being. Okay, there's still a lot of buying interest for time being. All right, that is this is Bitcoin. That's Ethereum. Now Ethereum is stronger. You can see that Ethereum is now it's a yellow bar, and now it's trading above the pivot 2. This morning it basically triggered this pivot 2 this morning. You can see that. This morning it triggered the pivot 2, and if you use the KCX properly, all right, you use the KCX properly, you will be able to buy at those turning points. You can see right now live. These are all the turning points of the market with the KCX. Very beautiful, right? Don't you find it beautiful? Once you see the KCX turn over, okay, KCX blink, sorry, and then the color change from red to yellow, you just go in to buy. And that is so simple, guys. This is really very simple trading. As long as you just follow the rules, you should be able to make money rather easily. All right, this is live now. There's no bullshitting here. It's all about how you position yourself. And of course, if you know how to use the KTRs in the full package class, you can see that you can actually buy almost at this area here, which actually is the low of the day. The KTR -3 really tells you that this will be a good point. And of course, the KSI flip from red to green confirms it. And that's why you can see Ethereum going up very beautifully. All right, guys, pretty cool, right? Right, so this is the same thing. You can look at it now for the other, like Bitcoin. You can do it fast one. Oops, sorry. You can look at Bitcoin. It also has the same display almost there. Okay, for Bitcoin. That is what Bitcoin is. The color changeover, hit KTR -3, and straight away it's all right. Bitcoin now is rallying in. All right, perfect, guys. This is what you need from a system to tell you when is the bottoming out signal and when can you execute a buy and where to take profit periodically. All right. That is the update on the cryptocurrency market. Now we're going to go right into a quick check on the other market. All right. If you're going to stay on, if you are really happy with this cryptocurrency sharing, you can actually stop now. But if you don't mind listening a bit more, I'll do a bit of quick market analysis of what happened today for the rest of the market that we are covering. All right, let's give me a short moment. Let me bring up the charts in. Now, China A50 surprisingly today actually ended now. It was up positive this morning, but now it's actually tapering off. So not too sure what is happening on China's side, but it doesn't look good. Okay, so traders be very careful on that. Okay, now for DEX, DEX is just as open, and DEX is now trading above the let me correct this. This is MLP. So DEX should be able to challenge the BNB high, and that's for 15,300 area. So DEX is also looking pretty okay, still pretty positive, but it's a bit muted at the moment right now. And Hang Seng, moment, huh? Where are you? Okay, wait a minute. There is some. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think there's some error here. Just give me a minute. Now for the Hang Seng today, you can see that Hang Seng the entire day, the initial there's a lot of movement, but after that in the afternoon session, it's been hanging around at the opening price. So if you look at Hang Seng day chart itself, right, it's not showing me any sign, but it could likely be a doji today. And the KSI is green, so that means that it basically, even though China A50 was coming down, the buying managed to hold back the market. And you can look at it, how perfect is this? The Hang Seng came down and it hit the KCB level and straight away rebounded from that very moment there itself. So at the moment now, Hang Seng is still pretty flat. And you look at the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is trying to move higher. As I mentioned to you today, Dow Jones got no pivot, but so you follow the opening price. But the KSI is green, so upside is still going to be there. All right, that's Hang Seng, the Dow Jones. And for Nasdaq, Nasdaq is also moving higher. Today, Nasdaq is above opening price, so that's why Nasdaq overall should be going higher to test the KCB level at 13,992. And for the S&P 500, well, it's the same thing like the Nasdaq. It's also trading above pivot 1, and today also got no today the upside itself with no more indication. So the next level that it could go will be all-time high level. All right. So that is everything over here. Let's bring in DEX a little bit. DEX today is really flat at the moment right now. KSI is red, so I suspect that there could be some profit taking later. Okay. Now for crude oil today, crude oil is actually trading at between the two pivots. Crude oil is trading between the two pivots. So what we are looking for is that, right, the KSI is green, but the last few days there was some selling on crude oil. So today is all right. I suspect that even though there's downside, the KSI is green, there'll be some artificial support around 60.48, right, level around here. Okay, all right. So that is that. And of course, you can jump and look at Nikkei for a short moment. Today, Nikkei is pretty positive. It stays above pivot 1. That's why Nikkei this morning was a buy up. Nikkei was a buy up. All right, let me just show it to you the Nikkei 15-minute chart. That's a quick one. You can see that because the KSI, the market is above the pivot 1, above OP, above pivot 1 is always a buy. So CCRY, you buy on Nikkei. and Nikkei went all the way up from opening price all the way to KTR +3. So all this market, we can actually analyze it as long as we have the indicator on with us, and we will be able to tell you what to do with the market. All right. Is there any questions that you want to ask me? All right. I'm waiting for you guys to post your question. All right. So that I can share with you my take on markets. If no questions, then after that, about 30 seconds time, I will stop this analysis. All right. Anybody any question? Right, some of you did ask me to check about currency trading. I'll do the currency right now. Now for this euro, you can see that euro today is actually above the pivot one. So it's more towards the buy for today, more towards the buy for euro. The upside target itself is what, 120.64. All right, 120.64, that is the target for euro. Now for dollar yen, dollar yen have been sliding for a long while because of the weakness of the dollar. So you can see that the bonds are also selling at the moment. So dollar yen does seem to be able to trade down all the way to pivot 2 level at 107.701. All right, it is possible. Now, why is the dollar so weak? Right, it's all because Federal Reserve is trying to do some controlling, and that's why it's pressurizing the dollar down. But this will not stay too long. All right, so that's why the lower dollar has caused the gold to actually move higher. And last one is pound. Pound today is also above the pivot one and is above OP today, and KSI is green. So based on that, right, pound should be able to go higher on the because of the dollar that is coming off. And I'm not about now talk about the gold market. Quick one on gold. You can see right now on gold. Now gold now is trading. Okay, now gold day chart first. Gold day chart today, the opening price is below P2. So below P2, below OP actually is more to sell. But the problem is the KSI is green in color. Green in color. So the downside is going to be limited. The downside is going to be limited. So for the 15-minute chart, you can see that gold is did a BNB earlier. It's a zebra BNB, in fact, and down is coming down. So if later on, right, if let's say gold KSI do turn red, and then there'll be some downside movement, then gold might be coming down to here, which is about KTR -1 at about 1786. I suspect that when it hit 1786, there might be some support here and the market may rebound later. All right, so watch out for 1786 first for gold in the next few hours, okay? All right, there's a question from Brian. Do we need to see any trigger for crypto KCX or just buy when it's KCX per color change? Yes, you do not need any trigger. I repeat, for KCX trading for cryptocurrency, you do not need any trigger. But of course, if the trigger is available for you, it will be even better. But for now, we notice that you do not need the trigger. Okay? All right, guys, that is all for today. I don't see any more questions. I hope you guys will be making money later. All right, I wish you all the best. And may all of you strike gold in today's market. All right. Have a great day. Thank you for today's MAO. Let's see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.